Hi guys, welcome to Vital. Hope you're all keeping well and hope you're keeping occupied in the months of lockdown. And I'm sure some of you have been bored, actually all of you have been bored at some stage. So today's talk is on boredom and productivity. And like a true advocate of this topic, I have procrastinated for weeks about this. And I finally just forced myself to look at this in this past couple of days. Now I chose this because I honestly felt like I needed to teach myself, preach to myself about, how to become this super productive person with it all together. And funny enough, that didn't happen. But actually, instead, I've been really challenged by the idea and the definition of productivity in general. And we'll just look at that a little bit. But yeah, I guess lockdown in itself has really challenged us with how we spend, what do we do with our life? How do we spend our time? What do we actually do in the day in and the day out? And then maybe you guys have found your perfect new normal, and that is amazing. How you do life, this new rhythm and routine or whatever. But I'm sure a lot of you are still struggling. But actually, here and now in lockdown, it challenges us with how we spend our time, and importantly, how we are giving our time to things, what do we actually value, and see, generally in life and especially in lockdown, when I'm thinking about lockdown, I'm challenged by this question, and this has been constant for me over the past number of years. When I'm going to do something or when I'm thinking or considering something, I'm asking myself this question, if I don't do this, will I regret it? Will I regret not doing that? Will I regret doing that? Will I look back and wish that I had done that? So that's the whole social media hashtag no regrets. But in a serious way, that is something that's actually been really useful for me. Really useful in bringing me to lots of really crazy places that I would never have thought I would have been up there otherwise. So when I look at lockdown and when I think about lockdown, I'm thinking about, what happens when this is all over? What happens when I'm looking back on this time? Because I don't want to look back on this time and have any regrets. I don't want to look back in this time and just be thinking, oh, I wish I had have learned something new. I wish I had have spent more time just sorting some stuff out. I wish I actually had rested in this time, because now everything's busy again. I want to look back in this time and know that I used it wisely, and know that I used it to its fullest. When Jesus came to the earth, he said something really big and really profound. He said that I have come that you may have life and have it to the full. That you may have life and have it to the full. Jesus never missed an opportunity. Time and time again, if you look at the life of Jesus, his life is constantly being interrupted. Crowds of people seek after him. People lower their friends through the ceiling to get to him. He saw people who were blind, he's going from one place to the other, saw people who were blind, who were sick, and he just stops and he heals them. This is who God is. Jesus never missed an opportunity to show God's glory, to show his love, to do what he felt he was called to do. Lockdown, it's a huge interruption, isn't it? So many things have just stopped. But I believe wholeheartedly that there is opportunity in this interruption. And actually, there's endless opportunity in this interruption. But for you guys right here, right now, I think it's a great opportunity to work some things out. And for me, it's a great opportunity to work some things out, to ask some questions, to ask some really big questions in the stopping and the stillness. What am I living for? What are you living for? What are your aims? What are your goals in life? What is your purpose? Now, admittedly, these are really, really big questions. But the thing is, we have a really big God with really big plans for you. God's plans are for the good of those who love him, and they're to give you a future and to give you hope. They're for you to thrive, to live life to the full, to have life abundantly. See, when I was thinking about the whole idea of productivity, I was going to be able to share all these practical things that was going to help you, in the day-to-day getting things done. When you look up the definition of productivity, it's literally a measure of efficiency of a person completing a task. It's so action-based. And when I look at the life of Jesus, through, when you zoom in and look at bits of Jesus' life, you're You know, he's going from one place to the other and he gets interrupted. Oh, well, he isn't very productive, isn't he? He's not very efficient. Like, how much would you, you know, say that? You're getting interrupted all the time. But yet, when we look at that kind of example, the purpose wasn't in getting from A to B. The purpose was actually in the interruption. See, when we zoom and out and look at Jesus' life, we look that he can completely, fully completed his task. The fact that I'm here talking to you guys about that is a testament to that. He didn't miss the interruptions. And so I don't want you guys to miss the significance of this interruption, of this time right here, right now. Don't let your life not be interrupted right now. Allow your life to be interrupted by your mum struggling to bring in groceries. Allow it to be interrupted by that job in the house that needs done, that you know you could do. Allow it to be interrupted by a brother or a sister that needs help with their schoolwork. Allow your life to be interrupted by God, because we can never underestimate the significance of these God interruptions. You will never regret not stopping. You will never regret stopping to help someone. You will never regret stopping to chat to someone who's going through a hard time, sending a message to someone that's maybe lonely right now. You're never going to regret that. Don't look back in this time wishing that you had have done certain things. Don't look back in this time wishing that you hadn't have learned something new, wishing that you hadn't learned something about yourself, dealt with something that actually you really needed to deal with. Don't look back wishing that hadn't been kinder to that you had been kinder to your family. So know that you are right where you're meant to be right now. You woke up this morning, you're alive, and so you have a purpose. There's a purpose in today for you. There's a purpose to learn something new, to take the opportunities that are right in front of you. Know that lockdown, just like our lives outside of lockdown, your life inside lockdown is different to everyone else's, and your purpose inside lockdown is different to everyone else's. It doesn't have to look like what everyone else's looks like. Don't feel pressure to become TikTok famous, or don't feel pressure to do what everyone else is doing right now. Take time and go to a quiet place and just stop for a wee minute in the midst of all this and just seek God. Seek what opportunities he's putting right in front of you. Seek what things he's placed in your heart, because he's placed things in you to care about that your friend doesn't care about, or your sister or mother or whatever no one else cares about like you do. Things that you see that no one else sees. Take this opportunity to let God come into your life right now, because that's the opportunity that you will never ever regret. I miss all you guys, and I hope you have a great week. God bless.